Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot and a red state, utilizing Tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be ISIS apparently going to be going to New Orleans. Well, best of luck to them. Those voodoo priestesses, they know how to take care of business, okay? And I saw a TikTok and the person was like, okay, not what ICE is doing is absolutely horrendous. It's awful. And I am looking forward to the day for each and every one of those motherfuckers to be held to account for what they have done, and they spend the rest of their miserable lives in jail. Okay, just in case there's any question about how I feel about that. And what's really something that actually is funny along those lines is that now they're using that surveillance stuff, like on our social media and on our phones, all that stuff to track the people that hate Trump. Well, I'm almost bordering on Tourette's at this point. I just randomly shout out, "Fuck you, Kash Patel." Fuck you, Pam Bondi. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, my envision is like whenever that thing, I envision like them flipping a switch to turn that thing on, and the thing just blows up because of all of the everybody hates you. Like the AI, surveillance comes back with just like everyone hates you. Everyone effing hates you. So anyway, I'm doing my part to, help that system crash with that. So anyway, back to this so I understand how horrendous it is. I also understand that Gen X uses humor, dark humor, as a coping mechanism. This is our time to shine because laughter is a form of resistance. So yeah, I want to look into just how New Orleans is going to do with this. Oh, what I was saying about the TikTok video. The person was saying, I do not want ICE to be going to all of these cities. However, it's been really interesting to see how each city has had their own unique pushback. Portland was dancing it out with the Freedom Frog. You had Chicago was taking the tires off, the cars, not slashing tires, just taking the whole tires off. You had the New Yorkers were just, slowly walking in front of, the commuters were slowing down the ICE vehicles just by standing and walking in front of them. You had have you guys seen that? The 70-year-old meemaw in North Carolina sitting on her porch with her coffee and her, safety weapon there, telling ICE, don't you mess with my guys. You get the hell off my yard. And that's the thing is you don't walk on somebody's property in an open carry state. Okay, I live in an open carry state. I know these things. You do not from personal experience, but yeah, you don't walk on people's property. And then they got chased into the Appalachian Mountains, into the woods. Yeah, I'm sure that went well. So yeah, and I saw someone from northern Minnesota talking about. She had I love that accent. Was talking about you guys, you go out there into that frozen tundra. We know how to deal with the Wendigos, and so I love these stories of using the folklore. Oh, and there was another one of, if you guys on my TikTok, I do a lot of these reposts of the things that make me laugh. So, check out TikTok on my repost side of that. There was a woman talking about how these Appalachian Mountains, they know how to they've been taking care of business long before these United States of America. So yeah, with all that being said, I want to know how well they're gonna fare there in New Orleans with the Voodoo Priestesses. And in honor of New Orleans, I am using, this is a copy of the very first deck that I ever bought, and it was the Sacred Rose Tarot. Okay. I don't have this one as well under, my fingers as what I would like. So, but I'm going to take my time with it. Okay. It's pretty close to Rider-Waite. There's just a few differences that I kind of have to think about with that. So, Sacred Rose. And as I said, this was my first deck that I ever bought, a copy of it. And it was in New Orleans. So that's why I want to use that. And also, it's kind of got that vampire look to it, feel to it. So yeah, that's what I want to do. When I went down there, okay, little side quest. I know this intro is getting long, but when I went to New Orleans, it was college break. I was in early 90s, and I was with my friends, and we wanted to go see the Marie Laveau burial, and it's in a part of town that at the time three blonde girls, college girls, should not have been going to. And so we were trying to find the cemetery, and this older, elderly black Cajun man was like, "Ooh, you girls, you don't need to be going there. No, you promise you out of there before dark." And so we had promised we'd be out of there by dark, and we did find it, and it was really cool. So and we lived to tell the tale. So I have no idea if, what the crime rate is there or anything like that. It was just like, three blondes going someplace that we probably shouldn't have been, and we went anyway. So, okay. I want to know, what's it going to look like there for ICE in New Orleans? Are they going to get the warm welcome from the Voodoo Priestesses that we all expect them to receive? Okay, and as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. Are they going to be running them ICE agents into the bayou and the swamp? Four of Pentacles. This is going to be, the very first thing I thought of is just them. I mean, the first thing I saw and thought of was stand your ground. Oh yeah, they've got it handled. And I'm going to see this as like all of the protection spells that they have set. Because I saw another TikTok of, in the comments, somebody was saying, oh yeah, we got it taken care of. We're already setting the wards and setting the protection spells and salting, and like they're getting ready for that. You think there's not energy in that? The Ten of Pentacles, they've been waiting their whole life for this. The Voodoo Priestesses, they understand the assignment. Well, alrighty then. I think that they understand the assignment just fine. And here I thought I was gonna have to like really take my time in this, and it's like, oh no, this is really clear. The King of Wands, and look at this. This is that fiery message, and and I'm really seeing like get the hell out. And look at this. This is like a very fire, like this almost looks like the fire. It looks like the depths of hell. Like we will open up, a portal to hell and send you there. That's what I'm seeing here. And look at the eyes. Doesn't that just? I wish I could. Let me see. Can I do it this way so it can be seen a little bit better? Oh, trying to get it. Yeah, it just kind of has that creepy look about it, and that's kind of what I'm feeling with what ICE is going to be facing here. And the Eight of Wands, and the very first thing I thought of when I saw this was be gone. Look at that, the hand, and just like be gone. That's what that looks like. Like all that energy that they're going to be putting forth and repelling them away. And the Queen of Swords. Oh, yeah. Let me take a moment with that. God, that's just such a cool card. If you were facing down people like this, I think that you would think twice. The fiery message and the action and the pushback that we're going to be taking, we know how to take care of business. We know how to take care of our own. We know how to send you people back to the depths of hell, which, I mean, if we run you out into the bayou, that's perfectly okay with us. You thought you had you thought you saw things in the Appalachians or the northern Minnesota. You just wait until you get down here into the bayou. Yep, that's what that is. I love that so much for them. Okay, so yeah, that's how well that's gonna go. So I want to know from ICE's point of view, what do they think about whenever they get there to New Orleans? What is it that they think? What is their point of view of their welcome there in New Orleans? Okay, and in New Orleans, the Six of Swords, like they've been told to go there. This is like literally crossing the river Styx, the Six of Swords, and the boat. Here they are in the bayou, in swamps, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, the challenge is, yeah, I think the challenge is how we could get out of the swamp there. The Nine of Cups, drunk on power. The Two of Cups, as like this is what they were told they were going to be doing, like the Two of Cups agreements, like I think it's like I think that I don't know what they thought, because this is like coming together, doing agreements, and then the Ten of Swords. It ends as well for them as you would expect it to end, and then the outcome card is the Nine of Wands, which is the battle weary. In the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the one that's got the bandage over their head, and they're looking back and like assessing the choices that they've made. So, mistakes have been made by going into New Orleans, because they are going to get run into. I seriously, you guys, this is the boat card and the action taken of running them back into the bayou. I don't think this is going to go well. Oh my gosh. If any of you are in New Orleans, or any of you know somebody in New Orleans that is, Voodoo Priestess, we have to have that video, okay? We have to have the video of these ice agents being run into the swamp and the bayou down there. We need to have that. Yeah, that's about as well as that's going to go. It's not going to go. So, like, how long are they going to stay there? Are they going to be run out pretty quick like they were in North Carolina? North Carolina, in Charlotte? Are they going to be run out of town pretty, like, how long is this long term? And these swords are telling me, like, they're not staying. I don't think they're going to be staying very long. How long can we expect this invasion of ice to be in New Orleans? 3 days. Four of Swords. They're like, let's see, the Four of Swords. Let me think about that. Four of Swords. I'll have to think about that one. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, the Four of Swords. This is the one, the Laying in Rest card. I had to, as I said, sometimes I see these and I was like, oh wait, what is that? I still have to translate this one back. I'm not fluent in this deck yet. That's what I'm trying to say. I still have to translate in my head. So I'm fairly proficient. So yeah, this is the Laying in Rest. So yeah, I think 3 days is all they last. And like the Wheel of Fortune, they get the hell out of Dodge there. They get the hell out of, because they're like, nope, we're not doing this. Well, good. Let's see, what else can we ask? Because I just love the idea of these Voodoo Priestesses taking care of business. Let me just do any final messages about how well ice is going to fare there in New Orleans. Two of Wands, these agreements, these messages, and the Judgment, like we're not, the Judgment card, and like they're going to be brought to, people are judging them, the Horn of Truth, and that people just aren't, and then the Seven of Swords, and this is that Fox is Loose in the Hen House. This is the Damn Circus, and that if you look at this is like all the swords coming at this person at once, like, stop. And, you think that that's not some energy that they don't have going on down there between the Voodoo Priestesses and, Santorini, and is that what it is, that mix between Voodoo and Catholicism? That's some serious energy they got going on down there. I wouldn't cross one. And so, like, here you've got someone going, no, like trying to say no to all these swords that are coming from all different directions. And like almost not being able to see the forces that are controlling this. So yeah, that's how well that's going to go for them. Well, good. I love that for ice so much of them. That is my little dog barking at the back door to be let in, but because she forgot how to use the pet door. Yes, they have a pet door. They can let themselves in and out, but she likes to have a door opener too. Little rotten dogs. So anyway, I think that this is going to go about as well in New Orleans as it has every place else. And if they thought, 70-year-old meemaw with her coffee and her safety weapon was something to deal with, and then the, whatever happened to them whenever they were run out in the woods into the Appalachian area and then northern Minnesota, just wait until you get down there into New Orleans. that's something that, you know, people know not to mess with that shit, but yet there they are, and they are going to get the warm welcome that they so rightly deserve. Well, good for them. I'm looking forward. As I said, I don't want ICE to go anywhere, but it's been really interesting looking at how each region has really developed their own unique pushback and defense that's specific to their region. I mean, as a someone who's interested in like the social sciences and sociology, I find that just fascinating. So I could geek out on that for a really long time, but I will save you from that pondering here in this video. So thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.